Imagine if I told you that the secret to wealth was codified thousands of years ago by a man recognized as the wisest and most prosperous of his time. That man was King Solomon, a figure who is still synonymous with wisdom and wealth today. But beyond his wisdom, Solomon left something even more valuable: 6 secret codes for prosperity. They have been passed down through the generations, and today I'm going to share them with you. But pay close attention, because the last 2 codes, well, those are the most important ones. They are the key to unlocking true wealth, the wealth that King Solomon knew and mastered. So shall we go? Are you ready to uncover Solomon's secrets and see how they can transform his life? So don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, because this content will transform your life. The first code for wealth that Solomon transmits to us is wisdom above all. Imagine for a moment Solomon sitting on his golden throne, surrounded by the unimaginable wealth of his kingdom. He could have attributed his prosperity to countless factors, but he chose one: wisdom. For Solomon, wisdom and knowledge were the key to wealth. It's because wisdom is not just an accumulation of facts or the ability to recite verses from memory. No, friends, wisdom is the ability to see beyond the surface, to understand the fundamental nature of things, to perceive opportunities where others see obstacles. She is a beacon that lights the path to wealth, that allows us to navigate the storms of life and reach the safe haven of prosperity. Now you may be thinking, this is all very beautiful, but how can I achieve this wisdom that Solomon valued so highly? And the answer is simple, but it requires effort, through education and continuous learning. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon tells us, "If a wise man listens, he will increase in wisdom, and he who has understanding will obtain guidance." Proverbs 1:5. This means that we must always be ready to learn, always seeking to understand more about the world around us. Every book we read, every conversation we have, every experience we have is an opportunity to gain wisdom. And make no mistake, this wisdom should not be sought just to accumulate material wealth. True wealth, which Solomon wanted to teach us, goes beyond possessions. It is a life rich in understanding, compassion, love, and joy. A life that is truly worth living. So I challenge you today: seek wisdom. Invest in your own growth and learning. Read, question, explore. The path to wealth, as King Solomon taught us, begins with wisdom. And remember, wisdom is more than a code for wealth. It's a code for a life well lived. And there is no greater wealth than this. Now that we've talked about wisdom, let's move on to our second code, which is fundamental to achieving wealth by following the teachings of King Solomon. And what is this code? It's simple, but it requires a lot of willpower and dedication, hard work. Oh, I hear you saying, but I already work hard every day. I know, we all work hard. But King Solomon teaches us that it's not just hard work that counts, but also diligence. What does that mean? It means we have to work smart, guys. There's no point in spending days and nights working without stopping if you're not working the right way, if you're not making the most of your time and resources. Solomon teaches us that we have to be diligent. We have to always look for the most efficient and intelligent ways of working. And this applies to everything in life, be it your work, your studies, your personal projects. And how do we do this? Well, firstly, we have to focus. We have to know exactly what we want to achieve and create a plan to get there. And then we have to be persistent. We have to keep working, even when things get difficult, even when it seems like we're not moving forward. This is true diligence. And remember, my friends, all of this has to be done honestly. Wealth that is obtained dishonestly does not bring true happiness. So work hard, be diligent, but always be honest. Now, I want to hear from you. How are you applying these teachings in your lives? How are you working hard and diligently to achieve your goals? Share your experiences in the comments. I want to see everyone participating. And for those wondering, why are we talking about this? Why are we discussing these King Solomon wealth codes? Well, it's because I believe that we all have the potential to achieve wealth, to achieve our dreams. And I want to help you get there. Third code, financial administration. Have you ever reflected on this? Regardless of how much money we have on hand, what really makes the difference is how we manage it. Allow me to give a simple example. Suppose you only have $100. If you know how to manage that $100 well, you can make it grow, multiply. On the other hand, if you don't have management skills, you could end up spending everything and saving nothing. And that goes for any value. Whether it's $100, $1,000 or $1 million, the secret is knowing how to manage it. Let's look at the example of King Solomon. Despite all his wisdom, all his wealth, Solomon ended up losing everything. Why did this happen? Because he didn't know how to manage his wealth. So let's learn from Solomon's mistakes. Let's learn how to manage our finances correctly. And how do we do this? Well, first of all, we need to have strict control over our expenses. We need to know exactly where our money is going. Secondly, we need to learn to save. We need to set aside part of our money to save, to invest. And thirdly, we need to learn to invest smartly. We need to look for investments that give us a return, that allow us to increase our wealth, as I said in previous videos. Remember, it's not just about money. It's about having control over our lives, over our future. As the book of Proverbs says, common sense is the source of life to those who possess it, but the instruction of fools is their folly. Proverbs 16:22. So let's seek this discipline, this financial management, and let's build a future of prosperity for ourselves and our families. Now, I want to hear from you. How have you managed your finances? What are your strategies for saving and investing? Share your experiences in the comments. Then that's it. This was our third King Solomon's Wealth Code, financial management. And remember, it doesn't matter how much money you have. What really matters is how you manage it. Because at the end of the day, true wealth is not measured by how much we have, but by how much we are able to manage. And remember that I'm not telling you to live off crumbs or anything like that. I'm giving you an example of management so that you can learn to manage. Fourth code. This is extremely important, as it involves an essential element: patience. You need to understand that things don't happen overnight. Of course, occasionally we see cases of people on the internet who seemingly achieved success overnight, like that Brazilian influencer, the bricklayer's glove, who became a sensation. However, these are isolated cases. In most situations, you need to be patient and adopt a long-term mindset. When I talk about the long term, I am not referring to a period of 30, 20, or 15 years. I'm talking about a 5-year, 3-year time horizon. The internet offers countless opportunities to grow in life, as Solomon taught. However, it is essential to have patience and perseverance to achieve success. The truth is that wealth is not achieved overnight. It takes patience to implement Solomon's teachings. And as mentioned previously, financial management is essential in this process. You need to have discipline to save, invest, and make smart decisions. In this sense, let's remember Solomon's words: "He who has patience shows great wisdom, but he who is impatient reveals his folly." Proverbs 14:29. So let's be patient, persevere, and build our wealth in a solid and consistent way. Now man, since you learned this fourth code, if you are truly committed, write a comment here to yourself: "I am committed and I will be patient." And this comment of yours will show that you are committed to yourself and will apply this knowledge in your life. Fifth code, the penultimate. Now comes a very small word, but it has such a big meaning, and that word is called faith. And faith is what we should all have, and what King Solomon taught us through the Bible. King Solomon, despite having made some mistakes throughout his life, had one striking characteristic: his unshakable faith in God. And why is faith so important when we talk about wealth? The answer is simple. Faith is the driving force that drives our achievements. Believing in something bigger than ourselves, having confidence in our ability to overcome challenges and achieve our goals, is what keeps us motivated and drives us forward. Solomon understood this fundamental truth and applied it to his life. When imagining Solomon's journey, we can see that he built the Temple of Jerusalem, an architectural marvel of his time, and ruled a prosperous and powerful kingdom. This all started with a small seed of faith. When talking about faith and finances, we are referring to believing in our potential, the power of perseverance and divine guidance. It is about understanding that, even in the face of difficulties, we can find solutions and opportunities if we maintain our faith unshakable. And remember, my friend, have faith in all areas of his life. Now allow me to share a story about Solomon that perfectly illustrates this point. It is said that at a certain point in his life, Solomon found himself facing a challenging financial situation. However, instead of giving in to despair, he turned to his faith and trusted God to provide him with wisdom and guidance. As a result, Solomon found creative solutions and strategies to overcome his difficulties and prosper even further. This story shows us that faith goes beyond simply believing in something. It is the force that drives us to achieve our dreams and goals, including in the financial sphere. Just like Solomon, we can keep our faith firm and trust that, with it, we are capable of achieving great things. What I have to say to you is have faith, because without having faith, how are you going to achieve anything in your life? If you don't believe that you will succeed, then from today, integrate faith into your life. Last code: planning. Remembering that the codes I mentioned previously are not in order, but this one is extremely important. Let's talk about planning. Imagine for a moment King Solomon, one known for his wisdom and wealth. However, he is also remembered for a valuable lesson that we can learn from his experience. Solomon had everything anyone could want: power, wealth, wisdom, and success. But despite all these blessings, he made a crucial mistake that led to his ruin. He did not take care to properly plan his reign, and over time his riches dissipated and his empire collapsed. This story shows us that even the wisest and most successful people can face great losses if they don't have solid planning. Solomon teaches us that planning is fundamental in all areas of our lives, whether in business, finances, relationships, or anything else we want to achieve. When planning, we must start by defining our objectives. What do we want to achieve? What are our dreams and aspirations? It is important to be clear about what we want, as this will give us a direction to follow. Next, we need to chart a path to achieve those goals. It's as if we are sailing on an unknown ocean. We need to identify the steps we must follow, the resources needed, and the possible routes to be followed. This will help us avoid detours and keep us on track. But planning is not just about setting goals and charting a path. It's also about setting realistic deadlines, identifying obstacles that may arise along the way, and being prepared to face them. It's about being proactive and taking steps to minimize risks and maximize opportunities. We must remember that life is full of unexpected events, and that is where flexibility comes into play. Even with well-structured planning, we must be open to adjustments and adaptations along the way. Planning is not something rigid and inflexible, but rather a solid foundation that guides us, allowing us to make adjustments when necessary. By applying planning to our lives, we can enjoy a series of benefits. It helps us stay focused and organized, allowing us to optimize our time and resources. It helps us make more informed decisions and avoid waste. It helps us overcome obstacles and achieve results faster. Therefore, always remember to define your goals, chart a clear path, be prepared for challenges, and be flexible when necessary. The story of King Solomon reminds us that planning is a powerful tool for achieving the wealth and success we desire. We learn from their mistakes and apply those lessons to our journey. And you, what is your dream? What do you want to achieve? Remember that planning can be your ally. With proper planning, you will be closer to achieving the wealth and success you desire. Well, we've reached the end. If you already apply these codes in your life, congratulations. You are on the right path to achieving incredible results. But if you haven't put them into practice yet, I challenge you to start now. Discipline is the key to success, and it takes determination and commitment to achieve the wealth and success you desire. By applying these codes, you will see that you will acquire incredible knowledge. You will learn to plan your steps, handle money intelligently, and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So, put into practice everything I shared in this video. And don't forget to like the video, share it with other people who also need these teachings, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content with me. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.